Hello there, and welcome to the City Deals Network presentation. And today we're going to show you how you can increase your monthly revenues by 25% while also decreasing your advertising costs by 75%. We can also show you how to make 50 to 200 new customers per month. And I know there's some of you out there that are thinking how this could be possible. We're going to do this by helping you increase sales and decrease your advertising costs via the City Deals Network by leveraging the power of local networks and social media. So I know it sounds a little vague, but let me explain. So it's simple. We're going to partner you with other businesses that have the same type of target market and customer as yourself. We're going to have these businesses in your network co-market alongside you, and you guys are going to be sending each other referrals. So for example, a high-end restaurant, if you're a high-end restaurant, you're going to be partnered with a high-end golf course, high-end nail salon, high-end hair salon, so on and so forth, and you're basically sharing customers. But it gets better than that as well. We also provide it and make it very easy for the nail salon's customers, the hair salon's customers, to share your deals on Facebook. So you're not only leveraging their customer lists and networks, but you're also leveraging their customers' social media accounts. And every person, the average person, has 300 friends on Facebook, which means that even one deal that gets redeemed by, one deal that gets redeemed gets shared to 300 different people. So I'll explain. So the question is how do we do this? How does it work? Well, let's take weddings, for example. I'd really like to use weddings as an example because there's a lot of different entities that go into booking a wedding, yet they're not really interconnected so much. So yes, you do have a wedding planner. The wedding planner does have some good ideas on a good venue and that kind of thing, but it really stops there. The tuxedo rentals customer list is not shared with yours. The cake, let's say you're the cake baker. You can leverage the customer lists of jewelers, of limo service, limousine drivers, floors, venues, so on and so forth. You can now leverage 7 other different customer lists. They all have Facebook pages. They all have email contact lists, and they might even have a customer telephone list that now becomes a part of your list. So, and you can share your customer list with them as well. So see what I did here? Now we're all brought into the picture, right? Both literally and figuratively. These are people who are not competing with you. These are businesses not competing with you, but who have the same customer. And what if you can send them their customers timely deals about your offerings? Think about it. Somebody who's currently trying to book a venue is in the mindset of trying to book a wedding. So if you send them a 40% off cake offer, they're more likely to buy from you since everybody on these other customer lists and your own are currently booking a wedding. So it's a timely offer as well. So it works in 3 easy steps. Number 1, we help you collect customer information. I'm going to go more into that as we get further into the presentation. But also, businesses currently have customer information and customer lists as well. Also, we send timely deal alerts to not only your customer list, but everybody else's customer lists in your network. So they're timely. I can explain that a little further in detail, but using the example of the wedding, or even like, let's say you're a high-end restaurant. Think about 4 p.m. on a Friday. People are hungry and they want to enjoy themselves. So that's the perfect time to send a deal to their phone and a deal to their email as well. And leveraging social media. So anytime someone redeems an offer, that's going to be shared to their 300 plus friends, and that's just additional brand exposure. So if you get 5 deal redemptions in a week, that's 1,500 potential people that are seeing your deal being shared by a trusted source of information, and that's family and that's friends that are sharing it. It's not your advertisement. It's them, a trusted source of information, advertising it for you. So I'll go in more detail about that as well. Before I go ahead and go into more detail about City Deals Network and how exactly it works, I think to better understand that, it's good to understand the competition. So we have Groupon, you have Living Social, the daily deal space, and I know that many of you have probably already used them. I've heard a lot of very negative things about how they treat merchants, and it's not just that their treatment of merchants necessarily, but also it's the value proposition that they're offering you. And if you think about it, they're targeting, if you look on the right here, it's very random and it's very widespread. Basically, if you're a high-end restaurant and you're looking to target working professionals, it's just an email blast going out to everybody in your local area, from teenagers to grandmas to people who are not really in your immediate area, but they just want a deal and they just want cheap dinner, cheap fancy dinner, and that's not your target customer who's willing to pay full price and come back. That's who you're trying to target. That's the purpose of these daily deals, is to get people to come back and spend full price. But if you're targeting a bunch of deal hunters, then who are not in your target market, then that's very inefficient use of every $1 that you spend. Also, at City Deals Network, we target local businesses, as we explained, the weddings example, who share your same target market. So yes, these might be some people who want to redeem the deal, but this is a target market, such as working professionals, let's say, that's already proven to spend full price for the other businesses in your area. So they're more likely to do the same for you as well. And the cost, I'll go more into cost later, but we are fixed costs per month, which is very affordable rate, especially on a marketing budget, comparative to 50% of every sale, and I'll go into more detail about that, but obviously the variable cost is going to run you a lot more in terms of cost of the promotional deal. Payout schedule, ours is immediate. Groupon and Living Social take at least 2 months to be paid out in full, which can be a huge cash flow problem. And competition, we do not collaborate and put other businesses in your network, shared network, that are competing. So we're never going to put a high-end restaurant with another high-end restaurant or something that might cannibalize one another. And on the flip side, how many times have you seen you put up a deal and then 3 days later your competitor puts up a deal, which really cannibalizes redemptions for your company? And control over deal. You can do whatever you want. Since we are a fixed cost per month, we basically have a fee and that's it. We don't care how much you put the percentage for. We'd recommend a generous amount, but that's completely up to you. Whereas Groupon's can make you do at least 50% of the deal. They control the payout schedule. They control so many more things than most merchants that we've talked to through our research are happy with. So again, these are inefficient daily deal systems. For every $1 you spent, I know you have a limited marketing budget. It needs to be reaching your target market and only your target market. Reason being that if you're not reaching your target market, you're reaching people who are not willing or do not have the need enough to pay for your services or product beyond half price or 60% off. So, like I said, the restaurant example, well, I'll go more into detail here. I have more slides. Take 50% off or more of your daily deal profits. That can really cut into your margins. Like I said, cash flow problems, they don't pay out completely for a few months, and they really don't give you control or as much as you should have. So let's say you're a high-end restaurant. Let's use that as an example. You want your target market. You know your target market are busy working professionals. So Groupon, Living Social are going to send untargeted email blasts. So some of them will go to working professionals, and that's great. But then a lot of them are going to go to teenagers, grandparents, groups of people that I'm not even thinking of, non-working professionals, perhaps people who have never had a real professional job in their life. And people who are out of area. Now, I use China as a silly example here on the right. But the fact of the matter is if you're in New York City and you're trying to target New York City working professionals, you might be attracting people from the local suburbs who would never come to your restaurant again. But since it's so cheap, they say, you know what? Why don't we just go out to the city and go, redeem our deal? So you're targeting people from the very widespread areas that necessarily aren't going to come to your restaurant. You want to target densely within an immediate local area, especially if you're a restaurant. So they're going to take 50% cut of your profits. So just a quick calculation here. Let's say the average dinner for two at a nice fancy restaurant is $100. There's 50% off the deal price, and you'll see that the customer pays $50 for a $100 dinner, which is typical. And Groupon or Living Social is going to take 50%. So now you're basically paying you're basically getting $25 off of what's initially a $100 dinner for two people for a fancy dinner, which is $12.50 per person, which is not much more than a McDonald's meal. And this is all before your normal operating expenses. And your volume's obviously much lower than a McDonald's, and your operating costs are potentially higher, especially per guest. So this could be very troublesome, and oftentimes, especially restaurants, tend to lose a lot of money on Groupon deals. So they need to rely on people coming back. So not only do you make considerably much lower amounts of income with Groupon or Living Social when compared to the City Deals Network, but only a third of it gets paid after 5 days, a third of it after 30, and a third of it after 60 days. So you're not even seeing the full amount of the little money you did make until even 2 months after. Also, they give you no control over your deal. This is your deal. You should be able to play around with the different variables that you think are going to make it a success. You don't get to play around with your payout schedule. They tell you when you're getting paid, and that's it. Especially if you have cash flow problems as a restaurant, this can be very vital. You can cash out immediately, or you can cash out in 2 months, whatever. That's up to you. Also, we're not going to tell you a minimum discount price. We're not going to tell you if 30% is the right offer or if it's 50%. Every industry varies, and 30% might be a big deal if it has to do with weddings. Why should you be restricted to 50% or 60%? Also, they tend to always side with customers, basically really mitigating your level of control if they're always going to side with the customers in terms of customer dispute or invalid redemption or anything like that. Now, they also are going to do business with your local competitors. You can't control who they do business with. With us, you can. There will be no competitors within your network of local businesses whom you're collaborating with, which should obviously result in more targeted redemptions for you. So now that we've explained why Groupon and Living Social are very inefficient with your marketing dollars, we're going to go ahead and talk about why City Deals Network is far more efficient for your marketing dollars. And to do this, we have to explain how we work. Firstly, we're going to collect customer information. We'll do this in several ways, some of which relies on your pre-existing customer list, whether that's through Facebook, whether that's through an email list or a telephone number list. But also keep in mind that by providing that, you're also leveraging the customer list of 7 other businesses in your targeted network. So if you're the cake baker, you now have access to the tuxedo rental, catering hall, florist, so on and so forth, their customer list. But also we're going to help you generate a customer list in store, and we'll show you how we do that. We're going to also send your customers timely deal alerts. So not only are we going to send them alerts to their cell phone and email, similar to Groupon and Living Social, but we're also going to do it in a timely way. So if it's 4 p.m. on a Friday, most people are hungry and they want to spend some of their hard-earned money on a nice meal, and that's when that high-end restaurant might send out their deal automatically through City Deals Network to customers in their targeted network, local network, and hey, it's 50% off dinner tonight, right at 4 p.m. on a Friday. Very timely. And leveraging social media. Groupon and Living Social admittedly do this pretty well. But we will also incorporate that in our model as well. So we collect customer information. There's several ways to do this. Like I said, there's already pre-written out lists, whether that's you collecting it through email, you collecting phone numbers, Facebook groups. But keep in mind, there's other local businesses in your area that are doing the same thing. So they're all collecting customer information. In addition to that, we'll have several ways to generate client lists in store. So if you're the cake baker, everyone who comes in, we can have them sign their detail, their name, number, email, all of that into an iPad via the City Deals Network. And they can sign up just like that. But the beauty of this is that the other 7 local partners, the jeweler, the limousine service, they're also going to be generating lists that you can use as well. So they'll have the iPads and also posters as well, which I can show you right now. This is an example of a poster that can go up in your place. A customer can fill out their first name, their last name via the City Deals Network website. They can actually do it right on the iPad, or they can just take a picture of this poster, that QR code you see on the bottom right, and they can sign up that way right on their phone too. And keep in mind, these posters can go in the cars of limousines. They can go on direct mail from the caterer. This can go anywhere, and all they need to do is take a picture of that little QR code and they signed up. It's pretty easy. So you're leveraging the other 7 businesses in your network with the same target market. You're leveraging their marketing efforts via the City Deals Network platform. So this right here is the screen that will show up on the iPad or tablet device located within your actual storefront. So when customers see this, they can sign up in a number of ways, one of which includes actually going to the Connect with Facebook button. You'll see right below the giant picture. They can connect straight to Facebook, which is great. The second thing that they could do is actually scan the QR code with their BlackBerry, iPhone, or other smartphone device and sign up that way. The third way is that they can just enter their phone, name, phone, and email address right below the Facebook Connect button. And that's the third way they can sign up straight from your iPad or tablet device. Now also what's nice is the picture that you see above will change every 3 seconds and show the other deals that your partner locations are also offering, which also is appealing to the customer. So if you're the high-end restaurant, it might show the high-end golf courses deal, the high-end nail salons deal, or the high-end hairdressers deal, or the other four businesses that are located within your network. So the second part of this, and before I get into it, is that we send customers timely deals. And if you think about sending a timely deal, it's nothing more than a follow-up. And it's a fact that 9 out of 10 businesses don't follow up with their customers enough. If they do, not only are you a reminder, but you're also being timely. So the 4 p.m. dinner example is perfect. You don't want to just intrude on somebody's day with an annoying email. But if it's relevant to their current situation or problem, like weddings, for example, if you can leverage the limousine driver or the catering people's customer list, they're probably booking a wedding. So your deal for a wedding cake is relevant to their problem. If it's 4 p.m. on a Friday, they're hungry and they want to have a good time. That's kind of their problem. That's kind of their situation. And then boom, a text message sends out, an email sends out saying, hey, 40% off this restaurant. And that gets the restaurant new clients that other restaurants don't have access to. Other restaurants don't have access to the high-end nail salon, the high-end hair salon, the high-end golf courses customer list, and you do. So that's the advantage of joining up with City Deals Network. Right, so the 3 most powerful mediums, it's great to follow up, but the 3 most powerful mediums is to catch people via email because they check it every day, text message because it's timely and it's sent to the device that they use most and is always on them, and social media because it's viral, right? And you're incentivizing people when they buy the deal, it's going to automatically share to their social media accounts to 300 plus people, and it's really a brand exposure kind of thing more than anything. It's better than sending out a television commercial that reaches 1,500 eyeballs. Is you paying? They know you paid to show them that. But social media, it's like one of their friends or their family's recommending it. That's a way more powerful form of advertising. So if 5 people redeem, you're reaching those same 1,500 people, but you're paying far less for it, and it's a far more trusted form of information, recommendation and advertising. Follow up. At the precise time your client might be thinking of doing business with you, again, the dinner at 4 p.m. example, the cake baking example, this is all what we're talking about here. So how does it work? Cake bakers, right? So I went ahead and moved some of the tux rental floors and moved them down to make room for this picture. But this is just an example of something that could be sent. This is the restaurant example at 4 p.m. on a Friday, right? This is perfect. See, this is an example of something they might see in their email, perhaps even in a text message, but smaller. So they can scroll through like the 8 different deals that are available for that week. And they can either, when they buy the deal, they get this code right here on the left. It's a QR code, and customers can print it out and bring it as a coupon. And all you need to do is take a picture of that QR code with any smartphone, and it automatically redeems the deal. So that, or customers can just show you that code right on their smartphone. They don't need to print anything out. It's automatic because City Deals Network has both a web app and phone app that enables customers to either print out from the web, print out the coupon, or they can just show it to you on their phone. So when you scan the QR code with your smartphone on the customer's phone, this is an example of something that might show up to verify that the scan went through correctly. And once this is scanned and this symbol comes up, the cashier has to see the customer click here to redeem coupon in order to know that the customer has actually used it, can only use it once, and only then can the cashier then apply the discount. Now, the other way to do it is the customer can also print a physical QR code or coupon and bring it to the store, show the cashier, who can also scan that QR code with their smartphone, and once again click the redeem coupon button. At no time could 2 City Deals be redeemed because you're pressing click here to redeem coupon, and that is what locks it so it can't be used again. So this is an example of what will happen if your employee attempts to scan the same deal twice or the same QR code twice. It'll be this error message that says coupon marked as redeemed, and this is done so that the customer can only get 1 coupon and not use the same deal twice. And the only way that customer can get another coupon is if you actually send them an email or text message with a different QR code but for the same deal. Now think about it this way. What if you sent an email and text message to just 1,000 of your own customers? 1,000 customers within your network. So within the other 7, if you're the cake baker, so 1,000 text messages and emails went out to all people within your target market, people on the cake on the DJs list, on the catering halls list, on the venues list, all people who are having weddings. These are all people who are having weddings. These are all people who it's timely for them because they need a cake. Imagine if you even had a 5% redemption rate. Or think about the restaurant, right? If this went out to 1,000 different people within the high-end golfing and nail salon, hair salon, in that market. And think about it, if only 5% of people redeem that offer. 5% redeem it, that's 50 customers either coming back or new customers. Just from one simple blast. That's it. It's that simple. And that's because you're leveraging the network of other people, of other businesses that are not competing with you, and you're leveraging their target markets. And also, don't forget the social media aspect. And this is the third step. This is where it really goes viral. So if you're the cake baker, you're not only leveraging the customer list being generated by the jeweler, the limo service, florist, venue, band and DJ, catering hall, and tuxedo rental company, but you're also leveraging those customer lists' social media accounts. So anytime that an offer is redeemed, it's automatically shared to that customer's Facebook account. And as I had stated earlier in the presentation, the average customer or person has over 300 Facebook friends, which means you're leveraging 7 customer lists from partner businesses who are collaborating with you in your local area, all of their customer lists who are also in your target market, and then their social media accounts. So not only are these posts being redeemed in real time, but they're also trusted sources of advertisement for your business. That's 300 eyeballs, not just seeing some TV commercial from someone trying to sell them something. That's 300 eyeballs of friends and family who are seeing an offer that's actually being redeemed from a trusted source of information. So that's also a lot more powerful than just a broad message being sent out via paid advertisement. And that's the beauty of viral social technology, friends and family. It's the trusted sources of information, and it's the volume of friends and family that they have on their friends list that makes this beautiful. So a quick recap. You're leveraging 7 other networks of local businesses who all share your target market. This is both efficient and targeted. It's also timely. So timely text and email alerts go out to thousands of people on these customer lists that we help you generate and that are already existing. This is top-of-mind, timely marketing. This is more relevant. This should result in higher response rates. And lastly, when an offer is redeemed, it will automatically share the deal to the customer social network, a Facebook or a Twitter. Like I said, I know I've repeated this several times. That's 300-plus eyeballs that are now seeing your advertisement being shared by a trusted source of information, which is that customer's family and friends who all live likely in the local area. So it's a greater reach for you at a much lower cost. So normally we charge a $900 one-time setup fee with a $300 monthly recurring cost, which is much cheaper than most Groupon or Living Social deals given the 50% plus commission that they take. We don't take any commission. However, if you do act now, we'll go ahead and waive the $900 fee. That covers the costs of programming, design, and implementation costs. So it'll only be the $300 recurring monthly fee. So that's it. Thank you guys very much for taking your time out of your busy day to listen to our presentation. To get started or for more information, feel free to utilize the contact information below. Thanks and have a great day.